Hi everyone, this is Han here and welcome back to my video. Sorry, it's been a while that I haven't done any video sharing lately because I've been stuck with other items and other tasks. Especially I just done, you can see there, the nationwide G Master portrait tour that I've been going around Malaysia. Okay, today, as you can see from the title, is all about the brand new Alpha 7R Mark 6. It's been a long journey since the Alpha 7R Mark II, which I actually owned back in 2015. So before I go into the Alpha 7R Mark 6, let me share a bit of myself. Okay, I'm actually a Sony fanboy, you can say. Okay, I also hardcore, dedicated hardcore Sony Alpha user since 2012. I've been using Sony camera for the past 14 years. And I basically anything from A mount time all the way to E mount time. Right now, I have witnessed the growth in Sony from last time, from no one until now. It's like superheroes, super high tech. There's so many things happening. So like even for myself, I'm feeling so good at it and proud of it. Besides, of course, I'm working with Sony, but as the whole journey is been always fantastic. All right, back to here. A7R Mark II I owned in 2015. I bought it with the grip together, and that time I'm a portrait shooter, as you can see from my IG or even my YouTube. I usually share more about portrait side. So back then, 7R Mark II was the highest resolution. It was a 42 megapixel, and then I paired with the highest possible lens right here. Okay, you can see this one. Okay, that's where I'm actually focusing. This is the Zeiss Otus as a purely manual focus lens, and that was my go-to lens that I go anywhere with it. For portrait, I use this one with the A7R Mark II together, and it's been my fantastic choice of portrait back then when I was in Australia. Back then. So fast forward right now back to in Malaysia, and I came back to Malaysia. Actually, I also bought a few other things as well, but just want to fast forward. 2021, I bought this Alpha 1, which is right here. Okay, track here. Okay, so this is the Alpha 1. You can see this has been my setup for entire time. I never really take off this housing here. This rig. So I bought an Alpha 1 and the grip and just housed together. And this has been my go-to camera that I bring around with me to do all the shooting, and especially workshop, sharing, anything, photo shoot. This is it. I always bring this with me. And one of the reasons why I bought this Alpha 1 back then is mainly is that it was the first one back then with the 30 frames per second. And second is it also was the first one with the blackout free shooting experience with 50 megapixel. That thing catch me. I like something with high resolution. So this one is high resolution and also 50 megapixel as well as 30 frames per second. So it catch my attention. On top, it's a blackout free shooting. So pretty much is when you take a photo, it's like watching video, and you don't feel like there's any lagging because you are just taking photo purely in electronically. So in electronic shutter, there's a lot of camera out there right now. You can use it to shoot electronic shutter, yes, but they are not the same because currently in the industry, there's a few levels of in terms of electronic shutter. I don't want to go too deep or too details, but the one mostly out there are the normal one, but the high-end one or the good one, usually you can find this name called stack sensor, STACKED, stack sensor. You will find these words in particular for all the high-end camera that comes with this awesome blackout free shooting. Only stack sensor gives you the pure experience that you don't get from other normal conventional electronic shutter. So this is one of the reasons why I bought it, because it's just like you are watching a video while you're taking photo. As you can see, I'm putting some of the video right now, doing all this demo. So whatever I share right now is based on really my own all these years of experience, and I share back to you. Okay, fast forward from this Alpha 1, which is already flagship, right, quite good. And then last year, 2025, I bought this. And this is the, okay, let me focus here. Okay, this is the RX1R Mark III, which is also the highest possible megapixel you can get in a small form factor. And I actually love this camera because it's again high resolution. Of course, it doesn't give you the blackout free shooting like the Alpha 1, but it does give the super high resolution in a more compact form factor. And I always liked this form factor back then when I was in Australia, because I actually bought the Mark 1 and Mark 2 back then, and unfortunately I sold it. So right now I got this Mark 3. And this one out straight away, pre-order. Okay, that's it. Give it to me. Okay, yeah. So you can look out on the internet, check out this. There's a lot of awesome thing about it, but mainly it's very small form factor. And then I took a lot of photo in China when I was, visited last year, and amazingly, just amazing. And then this particular combo is like my go-to for like if I go travel again, super good. Of course, I got a lot of gears as well at the same time. Okay, so fast forward, you can see I've been highlighting a few things, which is a high resolution, at the same time blackout free shooting. So in future, I can see the future direction or the moving forward, because I've been seeing how Sony grow for the past 14 years in terms of camera technology. I would say that in future you can see a lot of the things is going to blackout free, and then at the same time high resolution. Okay, so of course, right, the resolution depending on the sensor itself. So the higher megapixel go, and that's how you get more details out of per image wise. On top, of course, the lens also important. So enough said. That's how we have this A7R Mark 6 right here, the highest possible resolution right now in the market. Okay, this is actually a 66 megapixel. Actually around 66.8 but it's actually 66, make it easier to understand. And this one, highest possible full frame camera with lots of resolution. I actually got this like super brief of time. I've literally got this like just yesterday, and this morning I tried to do as much shoot as I can to try to play around. But I got a good idea already, because I got handful of Sony camera in the past, and till now I used maybe different cameras. So yeah, this one straight away when I get it, set it just feel like home. Yeah, if you're a Sony user, very quickly you can set it back very quickly. Of course, this is a very advanced camera. You can set it for sure, a lot of customization. Okay, back to here. Okay, just I mentioned about the blackout free shooting. So this one gives you the power of like fast shooting, the speed. So you get the same shooting experience like what you get from Alpha 9 Mark III, Alpha 1 Mark II, Alpha 1 as well. The blackout free shooting experience. So basically, as long as you're in daytime natural light, you can just shooting with just shooting with electronic shutter. Okay, and then you can just do most of the shooting without much issue. As extreme situation, if the thing moving too fast, if something that's happening in front of you moving too fast, like maybe I don't know F1, something happens very fast, and it might have a bit of distortion, because electronic shutter in the past on most of the other normal camera, you have this rolling shutter issue. Rolling shutter issue is very common. So all this will have it, but this one is actually I don't see a lot. So I would say it's in the extreme cases. But for now, back to here, in normal shooting experience, this is night and day. So you're like watching movie, taking photo at the same time, but it's not like you're actually recording video, but you are watching the whole thing happening in front of you. Okay, now packs with the 66 megapixel super high res. So this morning I went into the studio. Quickly, I go and test shoot with my friends and set up some lighting as well as LED lighting, flash. Just want to try out this as much as I can before I need to hand this back to my company. So the resolution is just insane. Okay, basically whatever I experienced from the Alpha 1 and this X1R Mark III, I already know how high resolution is, and this one even higher. So with the higher megapixel, when you crop in, just like person like me, I like to crop, and you can see all the fine detail. Is super high res, and on top, most importantly, of course, our GM lens, G Master lens are super high grade as well. So when you pair with this sensor together, you get the maximum benefit of details and resolution out of this 66 megapixel super high res. So strongly recommend, if you buy this one, get a GM lens. You get the best out of the autofocus and the best out of the image resolution all in one package. Is super good. Okay, so I use this one. Let's say I already own a few GM lenses myself, and I also tested with the 50A150 and also the A5 GM2, the S70. Yeah, you name it. So it's super good. Everything is just crystal clear and super high def. You can just use the blackout free shooting, which is an electronic shutter. You can just turn it on. And when you take a photo, it's like you are watching a movie, okay? Because the things happening at the same time. As long as there's a blue box comes up, that's where actually taken photo. So whenever I press the shutter, you hear the that's this taken photo already. But it's in full electronic shutter. So another benefit with electronic shutter is you don't get any shutter count. Whenever you take any photo, there's no shutter count because there's no physical shutter movement. This is just pure electronically. So super good. Then move up next is if you are shooting flash, so you still need to rely back on the mechanical shutter. Just press on the camera setting menu and flip a switch and you get this mechanical shutter. Okay, then you can use back your flash. So I actually put on our Sony HVL f60RM2. Just put it on. I left it on TTL. I left it on FL, which is one of my favorite color, and also set my own white balance. So I just let it fly. Okay, I mean, as in like let it firing itself, and then the TTL will just do its own metering in terms of the brightness, and the camera will just meter itself. So I just want to see how accurate it is in terms of the autofocus, and also of course on top of the flash detection in terms of brightness. Everything is just SOOC. It's just so accurate, so sharp. But you can easily press this button. I actually mapped this button C2. I'm not sure you can see right here. I press this one. Okay, on this C2 here, press it. You can turn on this special menu called external flash firing setting, dedicated only to Sony flash only. If you use Sony flash, you can enable this setting inside the camera menu by custom this key to have this external flash firing set. Once you press it, then you can bring up the flash menu and you can quickly adjust. So it's all on the fly, very easy. Only available to Sony flash only, not available on third party. So next up is apart from high resolution, I'm sure you've seen a lot of photo already. And on top is this autofocus is actually called real-time recognition AF+. So currently there's a few autofocus mechanism found within our Sony family. Okay, maybe I don't go too far away. Or anything with the Beyond Z XR processor, which is our previous, one of the fastest processor we have. Because the first one was A7S Mark III. Until now, the 7 Mark IV, until now. It was always the real-time tracking until the 7R Mark V launch back then with the AI processing unit, and it moved on to, from real-time tracking, it moved on to real-time recognition AF. So this is the name. So last time it was real-time tracking, and then the new one is called real-time recognition AF. And moving forwards, with all this new camera coming out, especially as you can see the 7 Mark V, even this one, okay, and the Alpha 9 Mark III, and also Alpha 1 Mark II, both of them, when you update to the latest firmware, which is version 4.0, or later, the new one, all come with the real-time real-time recognition AF+. Sorry, it's very mouthful. So just remember, it's real-time recognition AF+. Currently only available in Alpha 1 Mark II, Alpha 9 Mark III. This one is an Mark 6. Alpha 7 Mark V don't have. Although it's a new processor, okay, partially stack sensor, but it's still not the real-time recognition AF+. So this one, AF+ one, is only available on Alpha 1 Mark II, Alpha 9 Mark III, as well as this Alpha 7R Mark 6. Only these three. So what it is that it's the one that is more advanced currently, and most you can say it's most accurate. Secondly is that you also can detect your face or body is like in a greater distance, and then and it also works well if the subjects go behind and subject for a short second and come back. So it's like you will track well with this. Like today, this morning, I just do a brief test, and it's been my great. Most of the time, I would say it nailed the focus like 99, 98%. It just nailed it, not a problem. This is the first time ever in our our mirrorless camera full frame body. Since last time until it's the first time ever we have a dedicated button for. There's this one button here. Okay, let me go back here. Yeah, there's this button here, this one. When I press it, it actually lights up the button at the back here. So if I press it, right now I cannot see because it's so bright. But all this button here can lit up, so it helps you to see in the dark, especially you're shooting like astro or you're shooting some Milky Way and you can't see things in the dark. And happen that if you're shooting on those locations and if there's someone next to you while shooting, you can't turn on a torchlight that you will just ruin their shots. So that's why Sony prepared this button for you to press it. Press it, and then you can actually adjust. See the button illuminated, and then you can adjust. Cool, this is a brand new one. So From here, inside the camera, there's a few light settings you can set, like low, medium, high. So I prefer the high, so you can just press it and yeah. Right now, there's this new tele lamp. So if I turn it on, and then if we do in the video recording mode, okay. So there's this side button. I mean, this side here on top here. If you press it, then you see this tele lamp. So you can see right there. So press one more time. So if turn it off, okay, and then turn it. Yep. So this is the tele lamp right there. So they can see there's a tele lamp. So at least you know that the camera is recording when you're doing a vlogging. Okay. Although the screen helps with this box there, it helps, but this one is a new thing. And apart from that, this one more thing when shooting video that I did try briefly this afternoon. I already see for the first time ever, because previously Arma 5, as soon as you shoot 4K 50p or 60p, you will go into crop mode. But right now, this one, 50p or 25p, no crop, just no crop. So you can just use this one for all your normal video shooting. Apart from this is a high res sensor, lots of pixel, but somehow Sony did the magic, and then you can still shoot 4K 50p, no crop. And then if you shoot 4K 100p, yes, there is a 1.1x crop. There is, but there's this setting inside the camera. It's called 4K angle of view. You can turn it on so that you can still get the full size of the sensor view with a bit of sacrifice in terms of the noise performance. Maybe most of the time, if you're shooting in a bright situation, you don't really see that much. But anyhow, right now, 4K 100p, 50p, 25p, three of them, there's no crop. Insane. Provided at 4K 100p, when you shoot that one or 120p, turn on the 4K angle view. It's just insane. Okay, of course, this one you can also shoot 8K 30p if you want to shoot, but I think 8K very particular usage. So I think 4K 50 is the most people would love to use. And right now, this one high res sensor, photos centric camera, you can shoot video like insane, just insane. So yeah, 4K 50, 100p. Oh. So that's I did a brief test because I only got this camera for a very short time. So I like to dig more, but for now you can see this one I'm sharing right now. And then additionally is that this one has this improved OLED viewfinder, so it's huge. Okay, this thing is huge. So okay, let me see one more time. I think it's just big, very big. Yeah. So this is a very high res sensor here, and this is also DCI P3 gamut compatible. So this is a very high res OLED viewfinder. Additionally, it's also good color reproductions. Then most importantly, there are some new things. There's so many to share, but I can only pick a few. Else, yeah, there's so many things. Okay, next one I highlight is this one. Okay, before I pull this out, yeah. Actually, this for the first time for this SLR Arma 6, it comes with this new battery. So this is the NP-SA100. Okay, this is a new battery. So you can see right here. So this is a new battery right there. Okay, let me press this. Yeah, so this is the brand new battery from Sony. With this one, it's gonna pack with a little bit more juice compared to last time, because it's about 17% more juice than last time with this single battery. Okay, so with this new battery also comes with this new charger as well. So right here. So with this new charger, it only works with this battery. So whatever the battery before, the charger before, it doesn't work in this body. So you have to get brand new battery for this Alpha 7R Mark 6. Okay, just to share a bit, today I did a bit of photo and video combined, and then up until now, I think I shoot more than 800-ish pictures, 900-ish pictures. Okay, and then I also did about half an hour video,
nice.
mix stop and go, but yeah, half an hour like that. So the battery still lasts, I still have around 33%. Don't forget, this battery life here, actually I started from anywhere from, like, let's say around 10 something until 3 p.m, about 4-5 hours there. And yeah, it still have quite a long battery life. So I don't know what's the exact amount, but I can see this is a bit longer than last time. Because the Arma 6, sorry, the Arma 5 last time was a bit heavy on the battery itself. So this is good news, and this battery is new. So yeah, you might want to get a bit more in terms of, you know, prolong your shooting. So I think 2 for photo shooting whole day should be quite a lot. It's quite a lot. All right. So moving forward with this, camera setting right there. maybe I'll make a bit more video in future, so in terms of how the troubleshooting in particular. Maybe I'll break down in a few sections. So for now, so with this brand new SLR Mark 6, I'm gonna get one as well. Okay, for me, I'm thinking, and maybe I'll get one as well. I like high-res stuff, so it's gonna be will be my new portrait shooter camera. Yeah, SLR Mark 6, and not just high-res photo, it's also a high-res video. So it's a photo video combined. Is this like a new crazy high-end hybrid in one body. Very good. If you're upgrading from your SLR Mark 4 to this one, this is a good option as well. Or you want to just get a second body with a high res. Yeah, for me it's like I got high res and more high res. Okay, so thanks you for joining this session, and I mean listening to my sharing here. And I'm Han from Son Malaysia. So see you guys in the future workshop and also activity. Thank you very much.